We're down here at Yes Kirkintilloch, Yes Kirkintilloch Lenzie. I'm here with Charlie Urquhart, who is the organiser for the group. Charlie, how long has Yes Kirkintilloch and Lenzie been running now?
Good morning, Craig. It's been running for almost a year, I think nearly 10 months now. And really it was put together by people who thought they had to do something. At the start we got 50 odd people turning up for the first meeting. We've had people in and out since then. We've got down to a core, but as you all know and everybody else knows, everybody's just waiting for the starting gun. And I think hopefully it'll be quite soon after the general election, whenever that's going to be.
Obviously you said that you've got around about 50 members in 10 months, 12 months. That's not bad going. How has the local appetite been towards the group? What is the local knowledge like in terms of, do a lot of people know that the group exists? Is it through word of mouth? How do you spread awareness of your group?
We've got a Twitter presence, we've got Facebook. At the start it was all word of mouth, and it was based on the previous referendum where we had a core of people who were yes before, so that helped. But we're getting more people all the time. We obviously need more. We're getting dribs and drabs in. We've got something like 1,700 followers on Twitter, 3,000 on Facebook or something like that. But again, it's all very well being a keyboard warrior. You have to get out and do things. You have to engage. And it's getting out there, being on a stall, that you find out what the public's reservations are.
What kind of stuff do you do? You mentioned stalls there, so what kind of stuff do the group get involved in actively out there campaigning?
Okay. Well, we have a monthly meeting, generally the last Saturday of the month, and at the moment it's in Hillhead Community Centre. We do move it around. We have people coming from other groups as well, and they spread the word over from Bearsden and Mulgai and Torrance come, and some Milton de Campsie. That's why really it's called the villages as well, is to engage this side of Eastern Bartonshire for us. And some say that we're doing okay. We seem to be moving. We get leaflets printed. We've got coffee morning where we engage with people coming to the coffee mornings in the community centre. There's other things in the pipeline, like a charity shop challenge, etc. And we've had a couple of social events that were quite good money raisers, but we could always do more funding for anybody out there.
In terms of members of the group, you've got around about 50 at the moment. Where do you think that number needs to be to really have an impact in the independence debate?
I think you always try and achieve double of what you've got. It might not come about, but I think once it started, and if after the general election we can keep the momentum going for independence, then that's when we need to do it. We need to garner that support, and whether you're SNP or whether you're Green or whether you're Labour, doesn't matter to us. We take all believers in independence, regardless of who they vote for, and I think that's important that we engage with everyone. But we're trying to engage with as many different groups as possible, because it's all going to be just persuading one more person.
Where would you gauge public opinion in Eastern Bartonshire at the moment in terms of independence? Are you finding that there's a mix of yes and no? Is it 50-50, or has there been a big switch over to people now supporting independence as a direct result, I suppose, of Brexit?
I think there's a big switch over. There's definitely people engaging more. because they've seen what the horror show is that's going on in Westminster is going to do for their money, their houses, their health service. So we're getting more people coming over and engaging with us at the street stalls, which is positive. We like that. But we know when the fire and pistol started, there's going to be even more. Whether we do, get a hub at that point, or whether we get trailers and park them around as other groups are doing, that's for the future. At the moment, we're in limbo, if limbo actually exists. But that's where we are with it. But any little thing you can do, we passed out something like 1,000 nationals in the newspaper at the Canal Festival, and people were actively coming up and taking them, which was good, whether they'd heard about the newspaper or not, and it gives us a different flavour from the rest of the mainstream media, and so we intend to do that again in the future.
Obviously you're involved in a lot in the local community. You guys are attending the independence marches as well. How would people contact you if they wanted to get involved in your Yes group?
Well, there's a number of ways. There's the Indie app, which we have on the go. So if you go in and search where your nearest Yes group is, and then send a message, we'll get that message and meet you and tell you what's happening with it. Come to the monthly meeting. You can find out what's happening in your area and how you can help. You can go on Twitter, and we have a Facebook page as well. Search for Yes Kirky is probably the best way to do it. If not, look for us in the main street in Kirkintilloch at least once or twice a month when we set up our stall and try and attract wavering voters, let's call them.
Would you have a message for people out there who maybe at the moment are not actively engaged in the conversation about independence, and what would your message to those people be?
My message to everyone, and it's just generally, whether it be somebody at their work or anybody, if you believe in independence as a belief, not as a political thing, which many of us do, is to just talk to other people about it. Whether you get one more person involved or coming along, or will deliver leaflets for you, or just talk about it, because very often, and you'll know this, Craig, as well, that when you're in discussion with somebody, whether it be in a pub or a cafe or on the bus, other people are listening, and everybody's trying to pick up snippets of information, and it's that's going to win us. If we can bring everybody with us, or as many people as possible with us at this part of the journey, it's going to be rewarding in the future.